Etosha National Park in Namibia in the Savanna Safari search for these rare animals. They don't populate too often on your searches, but we're going to try we've got the giraffe done. I'm going to try the zebra, see if I can get a baby or juvenile zebra with a mother, because we already have 2 of the stars. Now the interesting thing about this is even if you don't have your elephant one completed and you spot elephants, even if you're in the zebra search, you can still take and score points, which is what happened here. I just came across these elephants, took pictures of them, and I got 2 stars. The only one I didn't get is an elephant close-up. So anything, if you see an ostrich, a white rhino, a lion, if you're lucky enough to see them, take a picture of them. You might get credit. Okay, so let's take a look at, we got to get an ostrich running if we see one. The hippo I've done, and if you look at my video on hippos, they're pretty easy to find if you go to the right area. So we're going to hit select. And this is Etosha National Park right here. And you can see it's sort of an orange color, meaning there's probably a good chance of finding zebras there. So we're going to go searching there, and if we fail there, I might try here. So we're going to be using the XCub. So let's zoom in, see where we're going to be here. Now I'm going to start right around here and then fly north and east. So let's go there and start exploring. So we don't have with the juvenile and close-up, and the juvenile zebras are not easy to find. So there's the national park you're looking at right there, Etosha National Park, and it looks like they got us starting out. Now for the zebra, it doesn't seem to matter what time it is, or what month. You know, you don't find them at night, but I mean, it's not going to matter if it's in the morning, as long as you got enough light to see. And we're searching in June right now. I don't think it's going to matter, according to some sources, whether you are searching in June or December. Now they are more likely to be found in January, December, juvenile, but we shall see. So remember I said I wanted to fly north and then east. So let's just go over here and look at these. I think this is buffalo. And there are plenty of buffalo in this park. Also in the Serengeti as well. The buffalo seem to be quite prevalent. Maybe it's because their numbers are quite a bit higher than other animals. So just going to try and continue flying without crashing. Oh, there's your giraffe. So, I mean, we're seeing stuff that we already have, unfortunately. And we got more critters over here. Looks like more buffalo. I don't know if the more you fly here, the more animals you're going to see. Those are buffalo. And these look like buffalo, but I'm going to pause. Yeah, they certainly look like it. Try and slow down a bit. Yeah, those are more buffalo. And more giraffe. Just what we don't need. But who knows? Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see something we don't have already. Pause again. Looks like more buffalo. So I can just use my mouse wheel to scroll in on these guys. Yeah, there's a little baby, real juvenile. But they don't ask for a foreground of that. And I'm going to show you what happens when you zoom in on that. It'll disappear. It seems to disappear. Whoop. Sorry. Just going to go into photographic mode. Now I see it's gone, so I'm going to back up. There it is. See it right here? I'll zoom in on it and watch it disappear. So that'll probably happen with the zebras too. But you'll just have to land, and I think if you're on the ground you're going to see it. But anyway, it's gone. When I back off a bit, reappears. Okay, let's take a picture of that. Okay, out of photographic mode and back off. And let's continue our quest. Big open plain here, but if anything's out there, it should be easy to spot. More buffalo. There's a couple of zebra there. We'll just circle around them and have a look. Yep, that's all there is. There just two. No juveniles. Oh, there's those buffalo that we saw. And we'll get something here. It looks like giraffe. Running around, three of them. way out here in the middle of nowhere. Oh, let's see what we got there. More buffalo? Kind of looks like it. There they are. Give them a little buzz. They're running. Whoa. Unbelievable. There's a lot of them. It's definitely a massive park. And I'm sure the people here are very proud of it, and tourists come from all over the world to see if they can see with their guides some animals. Well, there's some, looks like, now there's, I believe, some zebra. I don't know if there'll be an infant in that group. But that's about the most you'll see, unless you're really lucky. See if I can zoom in here. Okay, so that is six of them, and not a single juvenile. I'll zoom in closer so you can get a better look at them. So we've got 6. Must be one over here. Yeah. I'll take a picture of this group. So where are your juveniles? Is it just the time of year? Let's go V. Let's change the time of year. See if it makes any difference. We found a herd here. I'll change it to like, see if they disappear. January. Okay. And see now, let's zoom in. They're still there, even though I changed it. So by changing the time of year, they don't disappear. Now let's change the time of day and see what happens. Change it to the morning. They're still there. Yeah, it's a little earlier in the morning, like 9 o'clock. So they don't disappear when you change, once you find them, even if you change your settings or time of day. I'm just going to circle around them, go back and see if they're still there, or if they disappear on us. they're still there. Let's go down low. They start running. This must be sort of like a dry riverbed. Might be a little mucky if you try to land in there. Probably crash the plane. I'm just going to pause for a second and change the month again to November. October? Yeah, let's go November. See what happens. See if it makes any difference. Doesn't hurt to try just before we land. Oh, there's something there. I would say that's looks like zebra, but no juvenile. Let's zoom in and have a look. Yep, 3 zebra. You got to land to get your credits for photographing these guys. Our flight. Leave those 4 guys alone to graze. So we must be getting near the east end of the park, I would say. You could Google this airport and you'd find out. We left on the west end of the park and flew more or less northeast right across the park. Well, here's some characters. More of those buffalo. And that's another crop of them. Let's get down low here and have a look. See if there's zebra. Oh, they're elephants. No, maybe not. Yes, I think they are. Pause. Okay, so let's go to shift B. You don't see elephants very often, let me tell you. That's a rarity. So I'm going to zoom in, try and get one up close. I don't think you have to be on the ground for the elephants. This might do it for us, right here. Too bad I didn't go after my elephant. I'm missing. You got to do the herd. See if I can get even closer. Nope. I will give it a try to land here. But I'm going to go back and see if I can even get closer to them. Don't know if they'll attack my airplane or not. And I'll try and walk back, and they're going to be behind me. See if I can walk back and get a close-up picture of them. There they are there. So you kind of just have to ignore the trees. They just show up randomly. So now I'm really wishing I had gone after the elephant close-up picture. But like I said, I didn't have it. And when I exit, we'll check and see if I've got it all of a sudden. So what I'm going to do now is go Shift C to get out of the plane and see if I can get a picture of them. Walk this way. There they are there, so you just walk. A very rare sighting, elephants, believe me. You don't see them too often. So, just going to walk towards them and see what happens. They certainly won't be afraid of me. So they're by that airport there at the east end of Etosha National Park. I don't know if they'll always be there. Like they just randomly spawn, I believe. So walk, and you see, like it looks like they're in a grassy plain, and as you get closer, the plants kind of spawn and germinate. These guys don't really run away from you. So what I'm going to do is try and get a close-up picture of them. This guy right here. Oh, that's pretty much a close-up, I'd say. Then I'm going to back off. Do the herd. Get another picture of this guy. It's interesting to see their behavior in this sim game. Let's see if we can get a nice picture of this guy. Okay, so I am going to go back into the plane and take off. I'm glad I spotted them. That's a rarity, believe me. So let's see if I can take off here. Gonna have to rev up, get the prop speed up in order to take off. Okay, get up, bring up the flaps, see what we got over here. Those are buffalo. And what's this? Another buffalo all by himself. And I'm going to try and go over this airport and land. So you can see what airport it is where the elephants were close to. Oh, there's some more critters. You're wondering what they are, we can take a look. Oh, there's zebra. Okay, it's a little hard with the plane in the way to see them, so what I'll do is I'll back off here and try and see if I can zoom in for you. Two zebra, all by themselves. Not a juvenile, as far as I can tell, because I have seen one juvenile, and they're pretty small. They're obviously a juvenile when you see them. These are two giraffe about the same age, I would say. But we might see some more giraffe yet. We're not done yet. I'm going to have to cut back a bit. The speed's too high. See it on my compass there. I'll just try and line up for the runway. My flaps down. So there's the name of the airport there, and I'll Google search it, Google Maps, and see where it's actually located. So try and get some idea. This thing does tend to pull left and right. Okay, so I think it's that was Hala Airport, something like that. So let's try and do a search on Google Maps. Yeah, I might have the name wrong there. But if I go here, I can probably zoom in and see what it is. See if there's any airports here. Oh, there it is there. Okay. Okay, so that that we flew out of this area over here. We flew up and around, and then I turned and I started flying towards this airport. So Etosha Pan Lookout's right there. So this is the area. This is where we landed, if you're wondering. And we did see the elephants like out here. Okay, let's go back to Microsoft Flight Sim, and thank you very much for joining me on this flight. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and a like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video, and then we're going to look and see if I got credit for that elephant up close, which I didn't have before we started, which would indicate that even if you set out on one mission for one animal, if you see other animals and you don't have them, take some pictures of them and Google to find out what's required if you're not really sure. Okay, so we can press escape, I believe, and go back to world homepage. So there's where we are. We didn't find our juvenile zebra. So let's go to World Photographer, back to, and let's go click on here, and let's look at the elephants. No, they didn't give it to us. We still don't have that star. So I was hoping, and your aircraft flying in the frame. Ah, darn it. We needed, I had them in close-up. Maybe I did. No, I don't think I had them in close-up. And then one with your aircraft. So I'm going to go out and see if we can, well, I think I ended that back. Okay, so next time I'll have to get one with the plane in the picture. So there's the ones I do have. Yeah, maybe I only had one star before. Now I got two. And I'll see if I can get the third one. Okay. So we'll go after this and see what happens. I don't know if they'll still be out there. We'll go look for them, see if they are. So we know we were by this airport right around here. There's the airport right there. So let's start there. Set as departure. Start exploring. And we'll go out and see if we can find them again. We're going to have to go north. Okay, we're in the air already, so ready to fly. And I'm going to have to do in the morning. And I think I had it like in, I went right back to November. Okay, so let's see if we can see where the airport is. Okay, so we're going back out this way. I doubt we'll find them, but we'll give it a try. So we would have to head north, I think. Yeah, we would have to head north. See if we can find these guys again. Wow, now that's a lot of giraffes. That's quite the herd there. I don't know if the more you fly, the more you get to, they generate more fauna for you. But certainly that is probably the largest group of giraffe I've seen. Anyway, I'm going to take a picture of them for my collection. I've only seen twice in a lot of flying. There's some giraffe again, if you're looking for them. And there's more. Quite a large group of giraffe. What do we have here? I'm going to pause. That's the buffalo. And more zebra. Let's pause again. See if there's any juveniles in there in the mix. Boy, we're seeing plenty of animals anyway. Yeah, for the zebra, mother with a juvenile, I think you have to be on the ground to get that one. So you'd have to land your plane successfully. now that we're a little further away from that airport, we're spawning a few more animals. And I don't know what this is here. This looks like more buffalo. Yep. And turn back north again. We got something here. Looks like buffalo again. Yep. And we'll head north. Wow, so we see some buffalo and now some giraffe, so plenty to see here. And it's sort of the southern part of this Etosha National Park in Namibia. But lots of giraffe, lots of buffalo, lots of zebra, but not juvenile that I can see. And we did see some elephants. And there's more zebra. So wow, we get to be plenty of them. More than I'm used to seeing, so I don't know if the more you fly, the more chances they give you start populating or spawning. So I'm just going to try and head up north again. Northerly direction. Searching for those elephants, but that may be just a random thing that they spawn and you go back to the same spot and you're not there anymore, because they're on the move, I guess. And there could be more than one herd of elephants in this park. There's So that will end our video for today, flight simmers. Thank you for joining me on the flight. Weren't able to find those elephants again to get that and your aircraft flying in the frame and a picture of them, but we'll save that for another day. And for now, I'm going to say sayonara. Catch you next time, flight simmers. Thanks for joining me.